Welcome. Today we will be talking about how to retain key people after a merger or an acquisition because this is actually one of the aspects that unfortunately lots of companies tend to ignore. They go through all the process and then by the time that they come to the integration stage, the best people have gone. Remember that the best people are those that are very, very marketable. They usually have very good skill and are usually very well networked. So for them, it will not be a problem jumping to a competitor. Sometimes actually when there is a merger or an acquisition, the competitor try to poach them because they know that when there is a moment of instability, it will be more likely that they're willing to jump ship. So what do you do in order to retain these individuals? Well, first of all, you have to determine who the key people are. So basically, you will have to determine the kind of goals that the company has to achieve and basically the individuals that are absolutely key, so absolutely important in order for the company to achieve its synergies. Once you have identified the key people, and this exercise doesn't have to be done at integration stage but at due diligence stage, so much earlier, so that basically by the time you come to integration all the plans are in place. So you determine who the key people are, and then you will actually have to make a distinction. There will be those key individuals that are absolutely important for the company to be retained in the longer period. And then there are those that are key, but they have to be retained just for a short period of time, just for example to complete a transition, but then will not be required in the organization. So with regards to the first individuals, so those that are basically they have to be retained on a longer period, you can actually offer them several alternatives. For example, salary increases, incentives. Usually there are long-term incentives. So for example, if you stay with the company for example 2 years or 3 years and you achieve these goals, you are going to receive this amount of money. Sometimes there can also be stock options. So basically it will depend. There will gonna be, sometimes it's a mix, and usually the mix is best, in order to determine what are, first of all, the requirements of your company, and also what is going to be more appealing for the individual in order to stay. Of course, the more senior and the more money, more appealing the offer will have to be. Remember that your competitors, most of your competitors will be in a position to match your offer. So it's got to be something not only financial, but also it's got to be something non-financial. So for example, something that goes in, in status, so appeal also to the non-financial. So for example, you're going to get a promotion, you're going to be involved actively in the integration stage and so on. So always mix. Lots of companies think that is just the money. Of course the money is important, but it's not the whole picture. Mix the two. With regards to the people that basically are required for just a short period of time, usually in this case what work actually is money. So actually there are benefits in terms of financial benefits. So what are you going to do? Well, you can offer them a retention bonus. Again, if you stay up to the completion of the project, you will receive this lump sum as a bonus. Usually the best thing is to link not only the length of service, but also the fact that the person has to achieve specific results. Other options could be, for example, the outplacement. So you can offer them an outplacement package. So there are plenty of very competent outplacement companies on the market, and actually what you can do is to offer them, in addition to the retention bonus, the possibility to be outplaced, so basically to receive help from specialists to find the next position. Again, what to offer depends on the requirements of your company, but always try to be fair, and most of all try to appeal to the not only to the financial side but also to what is the motivational side. It's much more subtle, and sometimes companies are just surprised that, oh my gosh, I offered them this massive amount of money in terms of bonus and they decided to jump ship anyway. Yes, maybe because your competitor matched your offer and also, for example, gave to the key individuals that promotion they were coveting, or actually that growth opportunities that actually you did not mention, and therefore your offer was not as good and is not as interesting as the one of your competitors. So the key message is always identify key people, not at integration stage but at due diligence stage, and always try to find a mix between financial and non-financial incentives in order to retain those individuals that you do need in order to achieve synergies, because otherwise if they leave, your life will be much harder, and therefore the possibility that you're going to make a success of the merger or the acquisition will be diminished.